We are returning with the big story that's just coming in. It's a massive crackdown on self-radicalized terror group. A countrywide raid was carried out in the wee hours, and this was spread over 4 states and 6 locations. 3 suspects in total were nabbed from Mumbai, Jalandhar and Bijnor in Uttar Pradesh. Joining me on the phone line are my colleagues Siddhant as well as Priyank Tripathi. First, let me go across to Siddhant. Siddhant, you did mention that one of the biggest crackdown really was in Mumbai, near Mumbai. Give us more details. What really has come about from these raids?
Oh, well, absolutely. If we talk about the outskirts of Mumbai, that is Mumbai, this is the second such important raid that had taken place by the agency. One, it was in last year when it was an NIA crackdown, and this is the second such raid. And again, the suspects have been picked up from the Mumbai area of Maharashtra, and there are in total 3 suspects. 1 have been arrested and 2 are still being questioned by the Maharashtra ATS. Well, as my colleague...
Right, Siddhant, just stay with me. Let me bring in Defence Analyst Colonel Arsen Singh also joining me on the phone line now. Mr. Arsen Singh, what is your sense following this big crackdown on this self-radicalized group? Considering the locations that were under the radar of the intelligence agencies, this also indicates that these radicalized groups are spreading much beyond our initial suspicion.
No, actually, we went totally wrong in in identifying the parent organization of Islamic State. Let me tell you, the parent organization is the Al-Qaeda, and it's a very nebulous kind of relationship. I mean, whether it is Lashkar-e-Toiba, Jaish-e-Mohammed or Islamic State in our subcontinent, they're all part of the Al-Qaeda. So when this so-called mother of all bombs, this 21,000 pounds bomb was dropped yesterday, one newspaper reported that at least 13 Indians were killed. And also there were, some activists from Lashkar-e-Toiba. So by extension, if you see, I mean, these are all groups, linked to Al-Qaeda. Only thing is that, where Arabs cannot operate, the jihadi operations have been outsourced to organizations like, Hafiz, Lashkar-e-Toiba and others. In Kashmir, let me tell you, this is actually the entire, militancy in Kashmir is in the overall framework of Al-Qaeda. Because the global jihadi philosophy, enunciated by the jihadi groups, it belongs to none but the Al-Qaeda. And that is why the Pakistani establishment had been, hiding Osama bin Laden. You must also know that Hafiz Saeed...
No, Mr. Singh, in terms of identifying these terror agencies and the way they are radicalizing the youth of our country, do you see even now somewhere we are mixed up in who exactly is doing this? ISIS, Al-Qaeda or other terror groups, of course, emanating from our neighborhood?
No, I mean, you would know that the Islamic State in Syria and Iraq, it morphed from Al-Qaeda in Iraq. Those cadres, formed Islamic State. So that you don't see them as 2 separate entities. And it is only Al-Qaeda, and oblique Islamic State, which has this kind of a sophisticated propaganda machinery, by way of videos and, other things. They have the global outreach. So that India is a part of that global outreach. So for God's sake, I mean, people must realize that this entire move, of Indian Muslims towards the Arab lands, which started few days back, it was under the Al-Qaeda philosophy. Now, if you want a solution, you have to bring them back to the...
Thanks for putting that in perspective, Mr. Singh. Right, appreciate you joining us. Let me once again go across to my colleagues who are tracking developments on this big crackdown for us. And if I can go across to Priyank Tripathi now. Priyank, this was an operation which was conducted by multiple agencies across 4 states. Give us a sense of, the designs that this terror group had. What were they planning to do? What are you picking up from your sources? Okay, I don't think I have Priyank Tripathi with me right now. Let me get that question through to Siddhant. Siddhant, if you heard me there, do we know about the intention of this terror group? Or did they have a certain plan in mind? All right, I think we've lost the phone line with our reporters. We'll try and get you more inputs on this story. This is big breaking news that's coming in at this point in time. A big crackdown on a self-radicalized terror group. 3 suspects nabbed from Mumbai, Jalandhar and Bijnor.